She made you feel wanted, then left you empty. It starts the same way every story of emotional illusion begins, quietly. You don't even realize it's happening. One moment you're living your normal, uneventful life. The next, someone walks in and suddenly everything feels different. She wasn't just beautiful, not in the obvious way, not in the way you'd notice at first glance. Her beauty was quieter. It lived in her tone, in her laughter, in the way her eyes looked like they were hiding a story you wanted to understand. And when she looked at you, really looked at you, it felt like the world paused. For a moment, you weren't invisible anymore. You were seen. You were wanted. That's the dangerous part. Because people don't fall for faces, they fall for how someone makes them feel. And she made you feel like you finally mattered. At first, it's simple. The late-night talks, the playful teasing, the kind of attention you hadn't felt in years. She'd text you first, ask about your day. Remember the little things, your favorite song, your bad habits, the scar on your hand? She listened. She really listened. And when she laughed at your jokes, not the forced kind, but the genuine, eye-sparkling kind, and it made you believe this was something rare. You didn't even realize you were getting addicted. Because what you didn't see, what most people never see, is that attention can be the most addictive drug on earth. It floods your brain with dopamine. It rewires your emotional compass. It makes you crave her. Not for who she is, but for how she makes you feel when she's around. Soon, she became the center of your thoughts. You'd check your phone every few minutes, waiting for her name to pop up. You'd replay conversations in your head, trying to decode hidden meanings. You'd overthink every pause, every emoji, every moment of silence. It wasn't just attraction anymore, it was validation. And when validation turns into dependence, love starts to look a lot like addiction. But here's the thing about people who make you feel wanted too quickly. They often know exactly what they're doing. She knew how to mirror your emotions, how to make you feel safe, how to drop her guard just enough to make you drop yours completely. You opened up, you told her things you hadn't told anyone. Your childhood fears, your broken trust, your secret hopes. And she listened, softly, attentively, like she was the one person in the world who could understand. But somewhere along the way, something changed. Her messages slowed down. Her energy shifted. Her laughter became a little colder, her presence a little distant. You could feel it, the invisible wall rising between you. And no matter how hard you tried, you couldn't go back to the beginning. At first, you thought it was your fault. Maybe you said something wrong. Maybe you weren't interesting enough. Maybe she just got busy. But deep down, you knew. You could feel the emotional gravity fading, and that's when the panic sets in. You start chasing her attention the way a drug addict chases the first high. You try harder, longer messages, more effort, more affection. You do everything to make her see you again. But the more you chase, the further she pulls away. It's not that she stopped caring. It's that she already got what she came for. Here's the dark truth. Some people don't come into your life to love you. They come to feel alive through you. They come to taste the warmth of your attention, the devotion in your eyes, the softness of your heart. And once they've fed on that energy, once they've felt adored enough to remember who they are, they leave. Not always intentionally. Sometimes it's just how they are wired. They're drawn to intensity but allergic to consistency. They crave the spark, but not the flame that keeps it burning. They love the beginning of stories, never the middle and never the end. You remember the night it all hit you. The silence was louder than any argument. You stared at your phone, rereading old texts. I miss you. You make me so happy. I've never felt like this before. Now it all felt like fiction. And that's when the emptiness set in. Not because she left, but because she made you feel seen and then made you invisible again. That's the kind of pain words can't describe. It's not heartbreak, it's withdrawal. You weren't just losing her. You were losing the version of yourself that existed when she wanted you. You start to question everything. Was any of it real? Did she ever care? Did she mean those words? You replay every smile, every kiss, every good morning text. You look for lies hidden in her warmth. But the truth is, and it was all real and for her too. Just not in the way you hoped. She did want you. But she wanted the version of you that filled her emptiness. And once you did, she didn't need you anymore. You became the mirror that reminded her she was still desirable, still powerful, still wanted. And when the reflection stopped exciting her, she walked away. People like her aren't villains, they're just broken in ways they never admit. They crave connection but fear being seen. They love the feeling of being loved, not the responsibility of loving back. They know how to start emotional fires but not how to keep them burning. They bring warmth and then leave ashes. And maybe, deep down, that's why you fell for her. Because she reminded you of a part of yourself you've been trying to fix. You see, relationships like this don't just teach you about others, they reveal you to yourself. They show you where your boundaries blur, where your wounds still bleed, and how desperately you seek to be chosen. Because when someone makes you feel wanted, it hits the deepest part of you. The part that still believes love is something to earn. But love isn't earned, it's shared. And the right person doesn't make you prove your worth. Months pass, you start to heal, but slowly, unevenly. Some nights you still think about her. Not because you want her back, but because she's become a symbol of what you gave away so easily. You remember how you lowered your standards for crumbs of attention, how you mistook chemistry for connection, how you romanticized inconsistency and called it passion. But that's what happens when you confuse being wanted with being valued. Wanted is temporary, valued is permanent. She wanted you when you fed her emotions. She valued you only as long as you served her narrative. And that's the truth most people don't want to face. Sometimes you weren't loved, you were used lovingly. But don't hate her for it. Because one day you'll meet someone who looks at you with the same intensity. But this time it won't be to fill their void. It'll be to build something real. And when that happens, you'll recognize the difference instantly. Because love won't make you anxious, it won't make you question your worth. It won't feel like chasing a ghost. It will feel peaceful, quiet, safe. That's when you'll realize the emptiness she left behind wasn't a curse. It was a space being cleared, for something better. You'll stop resenting her. You'll stop checking her social media. You'll stop imagining her coming back. Because you'll finally understand that her leaving wasn't rejection. It was redirection. She came to teach you a truth that most people learn too late. The one who makes you feel wanted isn't always the one who will stay. Sometimes they arrive just to awaken you, to show you how much love you were capable of giving, and then they disappear, leaving you with the lesson that you must first give that love to yourself. So now when you think of her, don't think of what she took, think of what she revealed, because yes, she made you feel wanted. But the emptiness she left behind, that's where your real healing begins. She made you feel wanted, then left you empty. But maybe she didn't leave you empty. Maybe she left you ready. Ready to stop chasing love that only fills you halfway. Ready to stop mistaking attention for affection. Ready to finally give yourself what you kept hoping someone else would.